What is up, YouTube? It is tea time here. We are back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about Book of Boba Fett, episode 4. As you guys can tell by the title, we are now over halfway through the series, and it's just now getting. Well, I always thought it was really good, but it's getting extreme. It's getting the tensions are getting high. I made a video on this last week, whenever it came out. I didn't get no views. But I'm expecting to get views on this one because it was the best episode of the series so far. Um, but yeah, so I took some notes, but let's get into it. So we first started off with flashbacks, right? And he was watching Bib Fortuna's fortress or Jabba's palace, whatever you want to call it. Um, and we saw Fennec Shan, like he saw something explode, and he went towards it, and then we saw Fennec Shan on the sands, um, just lying there, like we saw her last in Mandalorian. But then he ended up bringing her to a place with what's it called? Like they fix body parts, right? And with mechanical stuff. He brought her there, and she ended up having a gunshot wound that we saw from the Mandalorian, and he stitched it up and put like metal up in there, like metal guts. Um, but then Finnick ends up waking up, and Boba's somewhere else, and he ends up telling her who he is, and that he did that to her, and that he saved her, and that Finnick now owes her. No, Finnick now owes him. Sorry. So she's like, "What do I got to do?" He's like, "All right, I'm gonna get my ship out Jabba's palace." And they ended up popping up there, and she sent in a cool looking drone thing, right? I don't know what it was, but it went through the whole place and just scoped it out. So we saw all the enemies that were in there, all of that. But yeah, they end up sneaking in, and they attacked some droids, cool little fights, and then a little droid that was just running around. He ended up committing droidicide. Um, but yeah, we saw the ship. We ended up getting to it. Boba was starting it up, but he couldn't get out, and Finnick was covering him. Right? We was just seeing how amazing she was. She could fight greatly. Um, but yeah, they ended up getting out because of Finnick. They wouldn't have been able to get out if it wasn't because of her. But I mean, Boba could have probably done something better. But I don't know. Finnick is still a great fighter. Like we saw that. But he ends up being like, "All right, you want to come with me?" She's like, "Cool, yeah, I'll stick around." And he ends up finding those people that raided his Tuscan camp and with those speeder bikes and all that, right? He finds them and then just straight up murders all of them, just blows them all up. Then they go get Boba's armor, supposedly, and he said it's still in the Sarlacc pit, so I'm guessing he just probably doesn't remember crawling out and then getting beat up by Jawas. Um, but yeah, it ends up still being alive, and it attacks the ship, almost brings them down. But Finnick pushes a button that pushes like a bomb into the mouth and blows it up, so it's dead fully. And Boba goes into the what's it called, the Sarlacc, and he searches for it but couldn't find it. Obviously, it's not in there. Um, but yeah, then we go back to present time, and he wakes up in his tank, and we find out that he's fully healed. He's good now, but he wants to go out. He wants to leave, and we cut to the bar or whatever that place is, and we see BK, and he has some beef with these. I forgot what they're called, but he has some beef with these guys, right? And he ends up going up to him. And he just beats all of them up, and then the lady's trying to talk to him, and he's listening. But he doesn't care. He just He rips his arm off. One of them, and yeah. Then he ends up walking out. Boba follows him and asks him if he needs a job. BK turned around and was like, all right, bet, bet. And now he's a guard for Boba's dinner. And yeah, they have a dinner to talk about things in Tatooine or things in that little town that they're in. I'm not 1,000% sure. Um, but they have a dinner with all the head people, right? And he's just like, look, yeah, I don't need none of y'all help. I just need you to not betray me. And he's like, all right, and look, I got a rancor right here. So if any of y'all do betray me, you're dead anyway. But they end up leaving, and we go to Finnick and Boba, and he's like, I need more men. I need more firepower for a war, right? And we hear the Mandalorian music. So that's obviously great. Like if I've been saying this for the last two episodes, if you guys haven't seen those, go check them out. I've been saying this. We're gonna see the Mandalorian in these episodes, but this is the one I feel like we're gonna get him in. I heard his music. He pretty much talked about needing some firepower. We have firepower. Like, come on, man. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.